Good day, everybody. This is Steve Hoggard, the pastor of Hickory Hill Baptist Church. Today's Tuesday, and on Tuesday I do my little Tuesday's thoughts. So I want to kind of share some things with you today. Before I even start, I want to share what I read. I think today I read it. But anyway, what I want to share with you is there was this guy that he had a contagious disease, a very severe contagious disease. He goes to the doctor, and the doctor says, "You know what? We got to quarantine you. We got to lock you in a room, and you can only eat pancakes and pizza." Well, the guy said to the doctor, "Will that help me with this disease?" And the doctor says, "No, that's the only thing we can slide under the door." I thought that was kind of funny, so I thought I'd share. But really what I want to share with you is the other week I got to experience, Facebook Market. Never done that before. My son showed me how to put his truck up for sale as he went to the Army, so I did that. And folks, I'm just going to share with you that I was open up. My eyes were more open up to our culture, and I got to see some things I forgot about. So basically, what happened is I put my son's truck up for sale, and as I did that, I put my dollar amount on there, and I had a guy call me up and says, "Hey, I'm an Army vet. I need a truck." And I said, "Sure, no problem." And we agreed on a price, and he said he'd have the money to me on Wednesday, we'll say. And so I agreed, and I had like 20 or 30 offers. And this guy, I promised that I would save the truck till him. I had some nasty little messages that I didn't want to sell it, that if I really wanted to sell it, I would sell it to this person. And they were very rude, but I gave the guy my word, and so I wanted to keep my word. And I want you to understand this. As a Christian, as a believer, it's important that you keep your word. Your character is very important. I want you to think about this for a second. If a doctor sleeps around, he can still be a good doctor. If a lawyer cheats on his spouse, he can still be a good lawyer. You can lie and plagiarize and still be a mayor or a senator. But you know what? If you do any of those things, you can't be a minister. You can't be a believer or a Christian, because the reason why is because you live to a higher standard, and the Lord will tell you very quickly that you're in the wrong and that you need to follow Him. And I want to share a passage of Scripture with you, and Jesus deals with this on the Sermon on the Mount. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 33, he says this, "Again, you have said that it was said to a people long ago, 'Do not break your oath, but keep your oaths you have made to the Lord.' But I tell you, do not swear at all, either by heaven, or for it is God's throne, or by earth, or the footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King." In verse 36 it says, "And do not swear by your head, for you cannot even make one hair white or black. Simply let your yes be yes and your no be no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one." And what Jesus was saying is basically just keep your word. Be true. Don't use your words to camouflage things for your advantage. He said, let your yes be yes and your no be no. And we used to do this when I was a kid. I remember, I would remember as kids, you would say, it's okay because I crossed my fingers and it's all right. Or I swear by my mama's grave. And I don't know why that was a big thing, but we would say, I swear by this or I swear by that. And Jesus says, no. He said, don't do that. Just let your yes be yes and your no be no. He said, you can't change anything, but you need to keep your word. And it's important for us as believers. If we really want to have a witness, it starts with our character. It starts with letting our yes be yes and our no be no. Several years ago, I just want to share this story with you. Several years ago, I been married over 26 years to a lovely woman. And on our 10th year anniversary, I decided to take her to a bed and breakfast in the north part of Georgia, in the mountains. Our anniversary is in December, so I decided to do that. And our 10th year, and I was preaching through the Gospels, and I came across this passage. And I was preaching, and then I just totally surprised our anniversary. I booked everything. I mean, it was pretty impressive by my standards. Anyway, I got this bed and breakfast, and as I started researching it more, I already called them up, told them I was a pastor that was coming down for our 10th year anniversary, and they were excited. I was excited. As I started researching, finding out where it was and stuff, I realized that it was not a bed and breakfast that married couples would go to. In fact, on the website it said for alternative lifestyles. I'm just going to stop there. You can let your mind wander. When I got there, it was basically owned by two guys. It was very awkward for me and my wife, but I made a promise to that person that said I was going to be there a certain day, and we were there. I got to witness to the guy. The guy didn't come to Christ, but I got to share the gospel with him. And I guess that was the point. But I understood what the yes be yes and your no be no, because it was not a very pleasant experience. And guys, don't do that on your 10th year anniversary. It's not a smart move, okay? But what Jesus is saying here is very simple. Your character is very important. And how you establish your character is by keeping your word. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. You know, it is so often in Jesus' day that they would say, you know what, I swear by the temple, the Pharisees would say, or I swear by the heavens, or I swear by the earth. And then they say, well, you know, that's not as important if I swore by the Lord. If I swore by the Lord, then I have to keep it. Jesus says, no. Just let your yes be yes and your no be no. Man, wouldn't it be great if that was true to life? That people would say yes, and it was as it was written down. And let your no be no and your yes be yes. But such as it is in our society, we got to have contracts. And those contracts have to be written, and they got to be signed, and all that kind of stuff. And all that happens is because we are not true to our word. So just kind of get you thinking. Again, I told you my eyes were open, and as I told a church member last week that, you know what, I've been sheltered too much. I've been dealing with too many church people. And opened my eyes that how important it is for us to have a true witness as believers. It's just simply let our yes be yes and our no be no. That's really all I want to share with you today, but I also want to invite you to church. Now, we're going to do church a little different this Sunday, which would be the second week of June, whatever that would be. I think that would be the 14th. I think of June 14th. I'm not sure. I don't have a calendar in front of me. But I want you to, we're going to meet in our gym at 9:30 in the morning. 9:30 we're going to have service. We changed it up a little bit. We were having it at 10:30. We're going to have it at 9:30. Maybe that'll help some people out. Let the farmers get out and get their hay done, or whatever it is you have the rest of the day. Again, I love you. And if you need something, just holler at me. Talk to you later. Bye.